I'm recording this before you watch the video events that are about to unfold on this documentary my friend and I, Dan Heinman, created over the last year, back when he was here in around March 2014. Okay, night recording. I'm up early. Gotta meet Dan anyway today. You can see I'm a little bit disheveled, and that's because I was just sleeping, taking some rest in my bed while I wait for his plane to have an early arrival. And I gotta say, I was unsettled by one of the worst nightmares I've had in a while. It wasn't the creepiest one I've ever had. I've had scarier dreams after loads of research and watching creepy ass videos. But this one kind of rotated around the fact that I had researched the map. And found the map today. It was a dream that took me to kind of like all these sort of obviously surreal places. I guess you could say everything in a dream is surreal. It had me wondering, lost. I felt as though I was trying to go to places that the map had listed, and either it was taking me to places that were causing me deep-seated fear or some sort of traumatic feeling. And during that time, while I was there in those places, even though I was feeling these emotions, I was unable to facially show my emotions. It was a really strange feeling. It was like I'm locked into a sense of dread and fear, but unable to let anyone in my life know this because my face won't express the feelings that would allow other people to have sympathy for me. It's not really something I have to deal with in real life because honestly, not many people care nor know I'm doing this research right now. Aside from Nishiyama in our mythology class, very few people know this. I guess Seth knows too. It was just pretty much a dream full of like all these weird symbols and ghostly images and things, which is often the type of videos and everything I look at. I mean, just today I was going through the sufferwithme.co.jp website, and I had to see a lot of stuff on there, so that's kind of the imagery that was in my dream too. Obviously, doing a lot of research like this and getting this excited about the book has affected my sleep. This isn't the first time that I've been affected by nightmares from researching creepy material. I mean, it comes with the territory. Nonetheless, I want to try and record anything and everything that happens to me, whether I believe it to be completely fake, skeptical about any of the stuff that I do, or if I feel like it might have some sort of metaphysical connection. You know, I'm still very skeptical of anything and everything that anybody would list as some sort of spiritual source. For example, if I were to tell a Buddhist monk or something about this, they would say, you know, you need to stop that research. Or even Nishiyama in my class, who believes in things like, you know, horoscopes and psychics and stuff like that, he would tell me right away, this is a clear sign that the book is affecting my sleep. Nonetheless, I seriously doubt that, as I have suffered through these kind of nightmares before due to the type of creepy research I often delve into. Anyway, I thought I would still list it nonetheless because, like I said, I'm documenting every second, every minute, and everything that happens to me during this research. I hope Dan does the same. It has been quite a trial. It was the most massive amount of film that we had ever put together, that I'd ever put together with a friend, worked with, collabed with a friend, and it's a really weird juxtaposition of all different types of stuff.
pretty much what you're looking at is footage of a book that we researched called the Abadonic Bible of Descent. And this book, it's got a long history, and it's explained at one point in the sort of film/documentary I was making on it that eventually became incomplete. And you'll see why by the end of the film. I'm going to kind of lay out a synopsis of what you're about to see, because even I've gone through the footage and it's a blur to me, with everything and all the different things that we recorded, saw, watched, researched, put on film, read about in different research projects connected to the Abadonic Bible. And pretty much what it is this. A man named Francis Xavier came over here to Japan with an evil book. Let's just call it an evil book. One of the first gaijin, or as it is properly translated, outsiders, to touch down on the shores of Japan was a Brazilian Jesuit priest known as Francis Xavier. He was a brave soul to do so, for until he took his first step onto the shores of the rising sun, very few people had seen the land or its indigenous people. So, what does a 500-year-old Brazilian priest have in connection to modern-day gaijin obsessed with deathcore, horror movies, paranormal investigation, and creepypastas? Well, it's a good question. The answer is the Abadonic Bible. Brought to Japan by Francis himself. Father Xavier had written to the monks of the Buddhist faith in light of its discovery in Brazil, a religious artifact buried deep below a cathedral that, when the foundation was ripped up and dug apart to lay for a new church, it was found cradled in the earth, and over time it has been called many things. the Grimoire Diabolique, Necronomicon, Infernal Denonomicon, Satanomicon, and more. When the Buddhist monks heard of it from Francis, it was still known as the Abadonic Bible, or in its full title, the Abadonic Bible of Dissent. A book so evil, it makes Satan and his minions look like a bunch of pussies. This is no book of darkness. It is a tome of pure fucking pitch black, and the monks knew this. They also knew it needed to be destroyed. He attempted to destroy it, and apparently that failed, and parts of it were scattered all around Japan. Stories about this are in all different types of books within Japan, scrolls, etc. Hyakumonogatari, which is the Book of 100 Monsters, Japan's equivalent to like Necronomicon or the Satanomicon. There's all different types of mythology books connected to this, and Dan and I have both researched it for quite a time. And we were really interested in including this as part of a show that I always do every Saturday called Osoroshi Saturday. What it turned into was a long-term project in which we recorded major amounts of film. Why do I want to find it? Because I don't believe in shit. I don't believe in the ghost stories I hear. I don't believe in the urban legends I research. I don't believe in any of the video or picture evidence of ghosts that I've seen, spirits, demons, cryptozoological monsters, anything. But I do enjoy a good scare. That's why I research all this creepy, wacky stuff. I'm constantly hungering for a good scare. And I feel this book may be the zenith of that. Sure, everybody can get a good scare if they hold a gun barrel to their head and spin it till the bullets come out. But that's pretty terminal. I like to think that I have a more progressive way of having methods that can be repeated and continue to give me that scare whenever I hunger for it. That being said, the thing I seek most from this book, known as the Abadonic Bible of Dissent, is its mantras. Apparently deep within are mantras that can lead one into a lucid dream. But not only lucid dreams, lucid nightmares. Now, if you are unfamiliar, a lucid dream is one in which you are dreaming in the REM state, and through transcendental meditation, can start to realize night after night when you begin to dream. You can then wake up consciously in the dream, but not physically, and control the dream. If I could do this with nightmares, imagine the scare it would bring. It's like virtual reality survival horror game, but the ultimate version. It would be like the ultimate horror movie and you put inside. This would truly be frightful. And it also turned into something that involved doing research into the stories within this book. So this book is pretty much a list of both mythological legends of what you would call, I guess, the equivalent to that era's urban legends that are supposed to follow through even to today. Apparently the book was constantly recreated, constantly updated, even though full parts of the book, the Abadonic Bible that is, weren't found. People were constantly recreating this book, and they were adding stuff to it. So imagine the original Abadonic Bible is like the Old Testament, and the New Testament was the modern day horrors that people added, such as Toshidensetsu, Gaidan Toshidensetsu, which are the equivalent to, like in English, urban legend or a creepypasta. So myths of monsters all the way from Edo era, following all the way up into today, into modern day urban legends. That's why we wanted pieces of this book. That's why we wanted to create pieces of this book like other people had done. Meanwhile, while doing so, there had been legends of people going crazy researching this, going mad, all different types of wild stuff happening. So we were aware of this. Nonetheless, to say, kind of the same thing sort of happened while we did research this. Well, we got a little bit more than we asked for. You'll see we go around researching parts of the stories within this book, everything from cryptozoological animals listed in this book, legends of the locker baby, which is like a modern day urban legend you can look up.
Connect here. Okay, is this Dan?
Yeah, it's a Scott.
Yeah, you're Seth's friend, right?
Yep. How you doing?
Cool, man. The internet class. You're a student. You're part of it too, right?
Yeah, with good old Nishiyama.
Yeah. All right, so pretty much the reason I wanted to contact you was because I heard that you were also kind of motivated to find this Abadonic Bible, like an actual tangible, we can hold copy of it.
Yeah.
Are you really for real up for that? You're not like having any kind of hesitant like feelings because of how dangerous this could be?
Well, I mean, I look at it as it more than likely doesn't exist. It's a wild goose chase. But
okay.
A little history is I recently graduated with a degree in zoology, but cryptozoology has always been a passion of mine. I've always been looking for, the unknown creatures. That's kind of why I'm looking for the book as well, because I've heard over in Japan, I've been following this for the past year and a half, that there have been a lot of sightings of these different creatures.
I'm going to be straight up honest with you. The main reason I'm looking for this book is because I'm really interested in the transcendental meditation / lucid dreaming aspect. It's my kind of whole motive behind finding this. Would you say that yours is because you want to discover something cryptozoological?
Yeah, that's purely my motive.
The other day, Seth came over and gave me the entire research packet. A research packet that is really
okay.
Who, sadly, I don't know if you know, but Seth's roommate actually, how do I put this without sounding really blunt? He committed suicide during his research, but he left his whole packet of research to Seth, and he didn't want anything to do with it. He said it was too creepy.
Yeah.
He was in no way wishing to find anything, but he gave it all to us, and now we have kind of a couple leads that we can follow.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, he mentioned something about a book. He just said his roommate had left, but I had no idea about that.
Yeah, this thing is packed full, man, and you can see.
Look, yeah. Have you looked through it yet?
I've already taken a small look at just the cover and the binding, and it seems pretty legit as far as, like, even he was able to gather, like, physical recreations of what the Abadonic Bible's binding look like. I'm kind of hesitant to open it until you get over here because I feel like we should both be caught up at the same time on all the information.
Right.
Awesome, man. Are you going to be arriving at KIX?
Yep, that's where you're at, right? Osaka?
Yeah, Kansai Airport. Awesome. Perfect, man. All right. Wow, this is going to work out pretty well.
We look into things like creepy areas that are like my past research into Inunakimura, Village of the Weeping Dog, Kagechome, the Shadow region of Japan. We go to these areas and actually look at the stuff, and we got clips from them. We put them in there. It's kind of this juxtaposition of all those different things that we went to, because all these things that we research are related to the book, and we're hoping that as we research these, we can either, number one, find parts of the book within these different areas, because parts of them are supposedly buried there. We actually do find one piece, a map.
Hi everybody, I'd like to show you a really...
And we hope we find the actual mythological beings that are supposedly written about in these everyday modern legends. But yes we do and yes we don't. We have no proof that what we found is the actual things.
guys, I'm here in the middle of the shade of a beautiful mimosa tree at the center of Osaka-jo Koen. Koen meaning park, Osaka-jo means the castle of Osaka. And I am near a part of the moat at the center of the castle that apparently has a small smidgen of the book buried into a rock behind the wall that makes up the trenches and the ditches of the moat. And apparently, if I find the right place and all my little geocaching is done correctly and my GPS is on spot, I'll be finding a small page that's very important. Why is this page important? This is supposedly a map, and this map supposedly has different parts of the book and their locations scattered all around Osaka. If I can find this before Dan gets here, this will be a massive lead that will let us check out a lot more way faster and gather all different parts of the book way faster. I'm not saying this is going to get me the whole book. I'm not saying this is going to help me put the whole damn thing together, but it is a hell of a start. It is a great lead. Wish me luck. Okay, I think I'm pretty much where I'm supposed to be. You can see out here in the distance behind me the big moat. Lots of water, keeping the castle safe from pretty much nothing at this point. But as we're getting around here, this major entrance, this is the rock and trench wall that they were talking about. So hopefully that should be it right there. That's a massive gap in the rest of this very flush wall. So that's what I'm going to go ahead and do, is see if, is this exactly what they were talking about? I seriously doubt it. Let's find out. Let's take a look. I'm gonna put the camera down for a second. There we go. We can see in a little bit better. We good? We good? Okay. I'm gonna push it a little bit more. God, it's cold in there. Should have brought a flashlight. You know what? When no flashlight, you gotta use what you got. And I've got a cell phone and only a cell phone. Okay. Let's see what we got in there. Wait, do I actually feel something? Hold on. Put that down in there. What is this? Alright, hold on. Let's readjust the lighting on that. Is this actually it? What do we got here? No way. But this doesn't look like anything sort of old at all. This looks all sort of modern made. Yeah, I can even tell by the ink pens and everything done. This is just modern day brushes and stuff. Camel hair brush. Nonetheless, it's something worth taking back and researching. come meet you here.
Yeah,
All
it's
right.
not the nicest day, that's for sure.
Yeah, we picked pretty much the crummiest weather ever. Here, let me flip it around for us so we can see what we're doing.
Hey,
Yeah.
how you doing?
Yeah,
It's good to meet you in
finally
person.
meet you, yeah.
For sure.
All right, it's official. We've met up. We're a team now. We're now exploring Japan, discovering Japan, documenting Japan.
Yeah, first time I've ever been here. This place is insane. I mean, the place you had me meet you wasn't the easiest to find. What can you do?
It's the most beautiful part of Japan. Well, how was it then? The whole trip, everything together.
Yeah. Well, once I was here it was smooth. You know, found my hotel, no problems. But
Oh yeah, speaking of here, your hotel, where is your hotel?
I'm staying in Namba.
Alright, pretty
Yeah.
decent place.
So real easy to find.
Yeah, nicer than here at least, that's for damn
that's for
sure.
sure.
Jesus.
You really know how to pick places to meet.
What? You don't like this? It's beautiful. That's where we gotta start our mission, man. This is where we gotta start looking for the creepiest stuff. If you can't tell, this area is a little bit creepy. One of the first creatures I ever researched, called the Jinmenken.
Okay.
Do you know Jinmenken?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. For those of you who don't know, those watching right now, Jinmenken is the man dog? The dog man? What's the best way? Man dog, yeah.
Man dog.
The man dog. Yeah, Jinmenken. Yeah, that would make sense, because Jin is human, so human, person, dog. But they're always men, too. They're always like
Right.
an Ochan man. Oyaji. Oh.
Yeah,
I should
the sightings of those date back.
Ages. Edo?
Yep.
Yeah, maybe even
200
farther.
years.
They're ancient, dude. They've gone on for so long, and the best part is, this area of town supposedly has them. Let's go look. Let's do it. Are you ready? Let's dive in head first to the dirt.
Let's go.
How do you feel about this area? Give me your honest opinion. What do you think?
Ghetto.
It's okay. The guy's got like a little fire there in the background. You need like the street fire to really add that last touch that calls something ghetto, right?
Yeah.
That's what really does it.
The only thing that would have added any more to it was if it was in a 55-gallon drum.
Perfect, perfect. We're moving, but we're standing still. Sometimes I just shoot shots like this just to hear my voice recorded really strangely. Do you ever do stuff like that?
No.
No, never, right? Yeah, it's just me. Okay, so the homeless region, also known as, this is known, I guess if we literally translated it, Kage Chomi translates into shadow district, which means things are covered in shadowy people or sketchy people, which, hey guys, listen, we didn't make that up. That's the standard Japanese translation, and they decided upon that term. If you want to go ahead and point the finger, point it at Japan, not us. We're just visitors. So what did you think? What did you think of Dobutsen Mai?
It's a lot to take in.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. But it's pretty cool.
Do you understand why it's called like the area of the man dog?
Yeah, definitely.
Right, makes sense, right? Never was there a better fitting title for a part of Japan?
Yeah, that's perfect. I mean, with it being such a heavy city, though, I don't know if we're going to actually see much activity there. But.
Yeah, I will say, okay, guys, I don't know if you know, but tonight we will be ending this recording with little to nothing good recording.
Yeah, but I mean, it's the first night. So.
Yeah, exactly. You know, our
I'll
first.
take it open-ended so we can...
Oh, did you? Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. Okay, so that's the thing. Like, we're gonna have multiple chances to go back and get the shots we want and the supernatural creepiness you want. So I thought today we'd sit down, we'd have a meeting before we go out again tonight. Yesterday was not as productive, but come on, it was our first day, right?
Yeah.
And the map. Okay, so this is our map of the area. Some of the places we'll be going through tonight. Jikoku Corner. Okay, we've got Matsuzaki-cho Nichome, Kage-chome, and Akumusekai, which, if I'm correct, that would translate almost to like nightmare. Even though I said I wasn't going to get into this package before you got here, I kind of dug into it anyway and found a connection to a website that had this map listed out in Osaka, Jokoen.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, no worries. That's just...
You don't mind that I went out? Okay.
No, go put it back, and we'll find it together.
How did you feel about Dobutsen Mai and the whole area? What kind of feeling did you get from it?
It felt like we were in the right area,
Yeah.
for sure. I mean, like I said, I've been tracking these sightings too, and in the past 6 months there's been some of unexplained creatures in that section of the city, so...
Yeah, you had said you actually had come across that in your own studies, that Dobutsen Mai was a place that you had actually looked into.
Yeah.
Right, so we're like dead on spot then with where we're hunting last night. Unfortunately, we didn't come across anything. I think our problem was that we were focused on this Jin Menken, the man dog. Do you think there's other types? Okay, so from your cryptozoological standpoint, did you feel like there would be more types there other than the Jin Menken?
Well, I didn't really think about that last night, but there's definitely some associated with it, like the bear woman.
Oh, Kuma Onna.
Yes, that's it. I couldn't think of the Japanese name. But yeah, those are associated with it, and forget who else, but...
Well, it sounds like you're going around like kind of some of the squalid yokai, the ones that kind of like thrive in the filth and kind of mire of like the most decrepit parts. So who else could be out there? There could be, this is a really rare one. I don't know if you've heard of it before, but maybe your studies have taken you there. There's one called Futakuchi Onna. And somewhat similar to Kuchisake Onna, who you know, smooth-mouthed woman.
Yep.
Futakuchi is a woman with ragged hair. And it has so much dirt and like living, I guess, what is it, like amoebas? What's the dirty little like animals that live when you have tons of dirt clinging to your body? What would you call those?
Parasites?
Parasites, yeah. So it's something like a Parasite Eve type situation. Anyway, they've taken control of her hair. And her hair is like another living thing on top of her body that keeps her body alive. It's kind of like taken her over. So kind of like, you ever heard about like those kind of ants where the mushroom gets inside of them?
Yeah,
it's
they
a fungus?
essentially become a zombie.
Yeah, they become a zombie. So this is kind of the same situation.
So like Medusa.
Like Medusa, her hair has made her become a zombie. And it feeds her. It apparently has a developed eye, sometimes 2 developed eyes, sometimes even more, multiple, and a developed mouth. It can actually devour and digest food to feed her, I guess, and keep her body alive, to somehow give nutrients to the thing it is a symbiont for. So that's another thing we could look for too. That's pretty crazy, right?
Yeah, definitely. I think one thing with the Jin Menken, though, is you got to remember some of these are bipedal. Some of them are they get down on all fours. So you could see a smaller one, you can mistake it as a dog. some of the sightings that have been reported, they think it's a dog with mange. Looks real terrible, just like these pictures. But it could be.
That's actually a really good point. I never even thought about that. And actually,
because people focus too much on the man part of it.
You're right. And we should let's hold it up so people can see what we're talking about. They can kind of get an idea. Because us just pointing to the book, that's a really good point. I never even thought about that. They could be bipedal. I've heard this species talk before, where there's like, oh, there's this yokai. But what about species within the actual phylum of the yokai, and that they can get into, like some are on 4s, some are on 2s, some are actually looking like a dog but with a man's face, or
vice versa.
Yeah, exactly, or vice versa. Yeah, exactly. Very good points to note. All right, I think we're set. What do you think? One more dig into the city?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's wait till it gets a little bit darker out though, but I think that'd be a good idea for tonight.
All right, let's get our cameras ready. Let's start charging them up. Let's make sure we got enough SD cards. And when it hits nighttime, let's head the hell out of here.
Sounds good.
Awesome, bro.
It's fine. We're out and about again. Hurry, big man. Alright. So we're back to Dobutsenmai again today, hoping to find the scourge of the squalid streets, the Jim Menken. No such luck so far, but there are other rumors. There's 2 other rumors we've actually read about recently. One, there's the possibility of Kuma Ona, the bear woman. A homeless woman who thrives on stealing people's jewelry by biting off limbs like fingers and slicing necks to get necklaces and stuff like that. But an even creepier one, the story of the locker baby. Right down here is where we want to go. Perfect area to film. Are you okay? How's your foot today?
Oh, just feeling great.
Feeling great?
Oh yeah,
He stubbed his big fat toe yesterday.
I did. It sucked. That's Japan.
Because Japan. Alright. We're gonna check out over here. We're gonna find some lockers. Okay. Good. Alright. We are on the trail of the locker baby then. We've decided we're gonna look for all 3 of those. Those of you...
What is the locker?
Oh, okay. Let me give you the full story. The locker baby is the story of a pregnant high school girl who is pregnant and her parents do not know. To hide the pregnancy, she goes full term wearing like big baggy sweaters and stuff to hide it. Very possible. That kind of look in Japan is actually a possibility.
Like that lady walking by right
Like
there?
that lady who just went by past there, she had that look. And when she did come full term, she gave birth to a live baby, a live healthy baby. But then right after decided to put it in a coin locker, something very common at subways, hotels, capsule hotels here in Japan.
Okay.
She put it in there, turned the key, locked it, put in her 100 yen, left, and never came back to get that baby. Of course, weeks later when they clean out those places, as they do when people oftentimes leave stuff in there, they found the rotting corpse of a young child. Now it's said the reason this is on a supernatural level and connected to the Abadonic Bible is because that baby was the first of its kind to be stuck in this kind of modern situation, the first of its urban legend, the original origin story of this in which it happened. and it now goes after anyone and everyone who either, number one, has an abortion without telling a lover or their parents, or number two, tries to hide the birth of a baby by killing it. Pretty dark, right?
Yeah.
I'd say so.
So this legend is a little bit newer then.
This is Gaidan Toshiden Setsu, modern day urban legend, or maybe you could even possibly put this in the realm of creepypasta. So, we're on the hunt for coin lockers, and, wait.
You hear something?
That's exactly why I stopped, too. What is that? Like an animal? Sound like a trapped animal?
Yeah, a little bit. It's down here.
I don't see anything down here. Okay.
Hold on. Right?
Yeah. Definitely coming from over here. Actually, coming from these coin lockers right over here. Perfect. Let's go check them out. What a quarinking. Alright, let's take a look.
What's in there, man?
No, I don't think you want to come over. Ready?
Down a bit. Yeah, there we go. What? What is it?
A big mess on the floor. That's the way I could describe some stuff that I saw there. It looked like just giblets. Yeah, I don't know how to explain some of the stuff we saw, some of the stuff we found. But I did get video footage of it. I lumped it all together, and by the end of it, Dan had pretty much been driven off by the project. He left without kind of saying much to me about what his motives were for ending the project. The last bit of footage I did get of him was a case in which he found out here. Something strange on camera. Well, you'll see. I don't wanna ruin it for you until you actually see it.
We're out here checking out the area that Dan has listed as a possible target area for the cryptozoological creature, monster, animal.
Animal. I'd classify it as an animal.
And we're gonna do some searching today.
I think we got something over there. I don't know if that's what we saw earlier with that. Is this Scott? What is that thing? Shit. Scott.
I found my part that I wanted too of this Abadonic Bible, which was stuff on transcendental meditation and dreams. After Dan did his whole disappearing act at the end, the footage that I found on his camera listed kind of this sort of transcendental dream haiku from a section of the book called The Grand Chronicles of Pain. And pretty much I recorded my thoughts, my visions, the things that it made me see while I meditated on this sort of lucid nightmare. And you're going to see that by the end of the film. And the rest of this film is kind of a shout out to Dan. Thanks for helping. It's also kind of a shout out for anybody who's seen Dan or gotten in contact with him, because we haven't been able to get back in contact again since he kind of just mysteriously disappeared. I mean, mind you, he was on a temporary visa. So he could have easily headed back to his country, but there is no report of his passport going through the proper, the proper red tape that shows that he got back to his country. So he may still be somewhere in Japan. I don't know.
The stuff that you're seeing now is obviously not me able to record my dream with the camera. This is the magic of film editing. It allows me to broadcast to you the kind of imagery and creepy stuff that I saw in my dreams, because this entire documentary is revolving around anything and everything creepy that I find about this book or that happens to me because of this book. And I feel that this is also a very important thing to list in the video and show some sort of imagery to you, not just listen to me ramble on in this horribly sleepy voice.
So the footage kind of ends on a downer, and it ends with me stressed out, and it ends with me kind of wondering why we ever started this project. Nonetheless, it was something that I had promised viewers to show, and I don't know. I hope it's what you expected for this kind of research, this kind of project, this kind of show, this kind of creepy stuff that I put on my channel. I guess let me know what you think by the end of it. I'm kind of burned out on it. After Dan's disappearance, I'm kind of burned out on it. I'm gonna be honest, guys. By the end of this, I was just totally at my end, at my wit's end, finding this stuff, recording this stuff, putting this stuff on camera. If you find that you're interested in learning more about it, or you yourself want to help investigate it further, we're looking for everything from theories on what they think happened with the different projects that we show on film here, possibly what had happened to Dan if someone got in contact with Dan. Even if you're living in the Kansai area, which there's not a lot of gaijin interested in this in the Kansai area, please let me know, and we will continue research. Otherwise, this may be the first and last little film I do on the Abadonic Bible. Nonetheless, thanks for watching it.